Hi, in this video I'm going to be talking about an online tool called Nearpod. Nearpod is a presentation tool where you can present interactive lessons to your classroom. With Nearpod, you can add many different features that takes a standard presentation and turns it into something that is engaging for the kids and allows you to collect data on what the students are learning. Nearpod has free accounts. There are also premium features, but with the free account, you can use a majority of those features. So you will need to create an account, and once you do, you'll have the option to make Nearpods and find them in your library, explore Nearpods that have already been created. You can join another session if a teacher is presenting with the Nearpod. You can create your own Nearpods, which we will talk about today, and you can find student reports after you have led a Nearpod presentation that shows what your students responded to and how they scored on the interactive parts of the lesson. So today I'll show you how to create your own Nearpod. Now, while Nearpod does have many pre-made lessons that you can download, it is also very helpful to be able to create your own. You can start from scratch, and under the Add Content tool, there's a slide feature, which allows you to create your own information slides. This kind of looks like a simplified version of PowerPoint or Google Slides. It's getting better, but it's still not quite as smooth as using either one of those other options or another presentation tool. You can update and edit these slides once you have made them, which is a nice feature that we'll talk about in a second, is a downfall of using something you've already created in Google Slides or PowerPoint. So if I make a slide with this information, I can go back and change that information at any time. But for now, let's say I have an older PowerPoint or Google Slides that I want to use. I'm going to upload that file, and for this I will use a Google Slides file that I use to teach my history class. I will upload it from my Google Drive. It will process and it will turn those Google Slide pages into individual Nearpod slides. Now, the downfall to this method is that if there's information I find an error in or I need to change, I have to go back into my Google Slides, fix the information, in Nearpod delete the slides and re-upload the file. So it is a bit tedious to make changes if you're uploading a file from another program. Now, right now this is a very basic presentation. There would be no difference in me uploading this lesson or sharing this with my students than there would be to sharing a Google Slides. So I want to add some interactive features. So under Add Slide, we have a few options. Under Add Content, there's a lot of options. We talked about the slide feature. Nearpod 3D has a small selection of 3D models and images that you can share with the students, and on their devices, they can turn and manipulate these objects. We also have PHET simulations, which are great for science classes, BBC videos, a field trip feature, and I'll go ahead and upload something from the field trip feature now. This is something that's a premium feature, but you do get to test it out for 30 days. So I'll go ahead and show it to you. But what we have are a variety of 360-degree images. These images come from all over the globe. There's an extremely wide variety. And when you show these to the students, they are able to scan and pan around the different images that you choose to show to them. This also works with VR headsets if you have that capability in your school. And it's a great way to take your kids on virtual field trips. So I think I will use this slide in my Nearpod, and I can drag it to wherever I want to go in the presentation. So I think I want to have it after the geography slide. Let's go back to Add Content. And we have a few other features. Microsoft Sway, a slideshow feature which would allow us to upload a series of images that the students could scroll through. The video feature, I think, is great. You can search YouTube videos from within YouTube. Now, this is a premium feature. They have just switched this to premium. It used to be free, which is pretty disappointing. But again, for a short period of time, you do have access to this feature. So let's say I wanted to search for geography of Greece. It will show me the video options I have right away. Now, you would obviously want to watch these videos before you show them to your class. But let's say I have watched this video. I select it. You can watch it from within Nearpod. If that's what you want to show, you click Save, and again, it will add it to your Nearpod presentation, and you can drag it wherever you want. So all of the options we've selected so far are presenting information to students. The information slides we uploaded, the video, and the 360 image. There are other options, and again, all of these are available. Some are free, some are premium features. The Twitter stream is something I have not used in class, but if you're having students use Twitter as a part of your classroom, this would be a great feature to use. The web content feature is nice because you can put in any URL, and within the Nearpod presentation, when you present this slide, it will take them to that website. So it makes it a lot easier, especially for younger kids who struggle to get to certain websites or type in URLs. If you want them to read something or to examine a site, you can share that with a Nearpod presentation, and it directs them directly to that website. The last thing Nearpod can do is activities. Now, this is where the students get to provide input. Memory test, fill in the blanks, poll, collaborate, draw it, quiz, matching pairs, and an open-ended question. I'll start with an open-ended question, and I'll ask something simple. Would you like to visit Greece? Why or why not? You can also upload pictures or images, or videos or images, to go along with your question. Now that will upload, and I want that to be the closure of my lesson, so I will leave it at the end. And when the students see that question, it will show the question at the top and give them a spot to type. And so they will get to type in and write their answers, and then when they submit their answers, that will show up on the teacher's screen. The Draw It feature, I think, is great. This does work a little bit better on the iPads because the students have the more natural drawing ability to use their finger or a stylus, but I have used them on Chromebooks without too much difficulty. But what you can do is give the students instructions. You can upload an image if you want in the background, but you do not have to. So let's say I want a map of Europe. And on that map, I want the students to find and circle Greece. I could upload the map as my background image, and when the students see the instructions, they have to find and circle the country Greece. You do not have to have a background image. You can give the students instructions to make a graphic organizer to draw an image, but what you can do is upload that draw file. They will put their drawings on. There is text box features. They can change the size and color of their lines. So there is a lot of features built in. And then when they're done, they submit it to you and you see all of their drawings. There are a few other features under activities. Quiz, you can upload a multiple choice quiz. Collaborate is a way for students to share ideas and post it on a collaborative board. Poll is for opinion questions. And the fill in the blank feature is one I like, with one thing that I would like them to fix. What you can do is paste a set of text here. For now, I'll just have a sentence, Greece is a peninsula. And you can have much, much longer bodies of text. Then you select the words you want to have removed. It will put those in the word bank, and when you're done, it will get a fill in the blank activity that the students can drag the words into the blanks, and then it will tell them how they did. The one thing I do not like about the fill in the blanks is teachers do not get a report on the student's performance at the end. So if you were going to take this for a grade, you'd have to walk around to each student's device, Chromebook, iPad, and record their score manually. So that is one downfall to the fill in the blank option. But let's say this is my presentation and I'm happy with it. I want to give it a title. So I will title this Greet. And then I want to save it. Again, you can go through and set the features of the subject and the grades. You can add tags. This is important if you're on a school account or a district account because you will have your own school library. So if you're sharing files between teachers, the tags, the grading, and the subjects, that's going to be very helpful for other people in your district or school to help find these presentations. And it will save and upload my presentation to Nearpod. Once I go to my library, I should be able to see my lesson, which is currently saving. Now that it has finished saving, I can preview my lesson, and this gives me an idea of what the students will see. When I'm presenting, the kids will get a code to type in, and as I switch from slide to slide, it automatically changes what's on their screen. So I can use each individual student's screen as my projector. When they get to the 360 image, they will be able to scroll and zoom around. They can zoom into different spots. On the video, I can select as the teacher whether the students each play on their own devices or if I play it in front of the class from my device. That can be helpful if your students don't have headphones. Here's the fill in the blank, and again, the students would be able to drag the terms and drop them in the box and submit. It would tell them their score, and they can close and go back to the presentation. Here is our draw feature. So the students will see this background, and they have their toolbar at the bottom, where they will be able to select their writing implement or text box. They can even upload their own images. But let's say I'm the student, I found Greece on the map, I could circle it, and then submit my answer to the teacher. Again, on the open-ended question, the students would be able to enter their answer and then submit this to the teacher. As a teacher, anything that gets submitted to you, you can decide to share with the class. So if there's an answer that I really like, I could hit a share button on my screen as the teacher, and it would share that answer with the other students. And there's an option that you can choose whether or not you want the students to see each other's names when you're sharing answers. You can have that be anonymous, or you can share the names. That's the preview section. There's two ways to present a Nearpod, either live, where you're teaching it to the students and you're controlling their screens, or student paced, where they would click through the lesson at their own pace. This is very helpful for students who may have missed a lesson and need to catch up, or for individual work in your class, or if there's a substitute. Now, there are a few ways to share your Nearpod lesson. From the library page, you can click the menu button, share, and you have multiple ways to share this presentation. The easiest way is to have the students navigate to the Nearpod app if you're on an iPad or a phone, or nearpod.com. And when you launch a live lesson or a student page lesson, you will receive a code. The students will enter that code, enter their name, and be logged into your presentation. So that's Nearpod. It's a free service for many features. The premium features do give you a little bit more, including more storage space, but even the free version, I think, is a great tool for teachers. Check it out.